So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 5 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now the stories I wanted to cover today includes a new PlayStation 5 model set to be the standard, Ironman has been officially announced, 50 and 60Hz option support added to the first game on PlayStation 5, and an ex-Sony boss has surprising news. First, do you have a digital or disc PlayStation 5? This relates to the new PlayStation 5 model story we're going to go over, and I'm wondering where our community lies when it comes to these two models. I have the physical edition, as some of you guys know, but of course that's just me. What about you guys? So comment below. Do you have a digital or physical edition PlayStation 5? Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the first story of the video, ex-Sony boss surprising news. So the last major leader of PlayStation before Jim Ryan took over was Sean Layden. Now there's a whole debate between people who miss Sean Layden and how Jim Ryan is handling PlayStation right now, but of course we won't dive into that whole mess. But Sean Layden left PlayStation back in 2019, and for years he's kind of been in limbo, it seems, until now. It's been officially confirmed that Sean has now joined Tencent as a strategic advisor. He confirmed this on his LinkedIn, saying he's there to advise, assist, and support the team at Tencent as they deepen their activities and commitments within the industry to which I've devoted the majority of my career. Tencent, of course, as most of us know, has become huge in terms of their hands in the gaming industry, so let's see where Sean takes things. Now, diving into the second story of the video, the new PlayStation 5 model set to become the standard. Reading from Insider Gaming, the PlayStation 5 is set to get a unique overhaul in the middle of fiscal year 2023, with the new console launching around September 2023, says sources. Sources familiar with Sony's plans have shared details under the condition of anonymity, outlining the next iteration of the PlayStation 5. It's been suggested that this new console will completely replace the A, B, and C chassis that have been in production since the console's launch. The console, currently named the D chassis, PlayStation 5, will have almost identical hardware to the existing consoles already on the market. The most surprising new feature of this new PlayStation 5, though, is that the console will have a detachable disc drive. The detachable disc drive will be connected to the PlayStation 5 using an extra USB-C port on the back of the console. To add to this, apparently this new console is also possibly set to be slimmer, and the detachable USB drive is meant to blend into the design so it doesn't look like an external drive. You can buy it separately or in a bundle. So this is pretty interesting. I'll have to see the final design, of course, and how well it blends in, but take in the existing PlayStation 5 models, for example. You take off the drive, it looks like the digital edition. You put on the drive, it looks like the disc edition PlayStation 5. So they could be doing something like that. This would also make sense to be the new standard PlayStation 5. No more two models, just this PS5 model that supplies both audiences of physical and digital media. But you guys let me know if you're interested in buying this new PlayStation 5 in 2023 or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the third story of the video, 50Hz, 60Hz support. So this is a quick one here, reading from VGC. Sony has added the first PlayStation Plus PlayStation 1 title in Europe with the option to switch region formats. When the revamped PlayStation Plus launched in Europe this summer, several classic PlayStation games were discovered to be the 50Hz PAL versions, which run 20% slower than the NTSC 60Hz versions used in the US and other regions. At the time, Sony responded to criticism from some users by claiming that the option to switch to 60Hz was on the way. 3 months later, this feature has arrived with Tuesday's edition of Siphon Filter 2. So that's really it. You have the option now, and that's great for everyone. You can choose the better performing NTSC version, or I guess the various language supported PAL versions, and that's why there's 2 options now to give people choices. Now diving into the fourth story of the video, Ironman PlayStation 5. So this was exciting news. The rumored Ironman game has been officially fully confirmed by EA's Motive Studio. Reading from The Direct, Electronic Arts officially unveiled that an all-new single-player third-person Ironman game is in early development from Marvel Games and Motive Studio. The action-adventure title is confirmed to feature an original story that taps into the rich history of the Armored Avenger, allowing the players to feel what it's like to play as Tony Stark and Iron Man. EA confirmed that the Iron Man title is the first of several new games being developed, potentially confirming the rumors of the open-world Black Panther game and possibly teasing others that have yet to be heard of. The team developing the game is led by Olivier Prou of Guardians Guardians of the Galaxy. So Motive are the people behind the Dead Space remake and Star Wars Squadron, so I'm assuming a small team is currently working on this Iron Man game until Dead Space releases, possibly, or they've created 2 studios now under Motive. Either way, I'm ready to see what they bring. Marvel fans have a lot coming up, especially with Spider-Man 2 dropping hopefully next year. Also, what does this mean for Iron Man VR on PlayStation? Is that just a dead series now? I'm really curious to see what happens there. I guess we'll see in time. And now diving into the final story of the video, performance boost upgrades leak. So this is very exciting for me personally. A lot of people were disappointed to hear that PlayStation VR 2 will not support backwards compatibility with PlayStation VR 1. There are so many great titles on PlayStation VR 1 that it was just really confusing to see that library possibly wither away, especially with the new wave of people set to come into VR with PlayStation VR 2. My thought process was, I get the technical differences between PlayStation VR 1 and 2, but couldn't there be a way to simulate the original's Move controllers and camera setup? Apparently that's not worth the effort, but what is are PlayStation VR 2 patch updates. So PSVR 2 without parole, fellow YouTuber here, who's been correct on the launch time frame of PlayStation VR 2, saying it's 2023, and the tech specs, he was correct on that all the way before these things were actually revealed. He has spoken on the PlayStation VR 2 backwards compatibility topic, responding to a Twitter user who said, that sucks. Would have been cool to see some of the games in higher res. So obviously referring here to PlayStation VR 1 titles. Then PSVR 2 without parole replied with, we will though. Tons of devs are working on PlayStation VR 2 versions of their PSVR 1 games as we speak. So I've heard that comment elsewhere as well, and apparently there's a lot of games from PlayStation VR 1 being upgraded for PSVR 2. I'm excited for this because that means possibly games like Blood and Truth, Ironman, VR, Saints and Sinners 1, Fracked, Farpoint, Arizona Sunshine, a bunch of games, a bunch of great games on PlayStation VR 1 could all get patched to have better resolution and performance with using the PlayStation 5's capabilities. They're going to possibly feel like new games, and I'm excited to replay most of these games again. This to me sounds better because they'll take a bigger advantage of what PSVR 2 can do as opposed to backwards compatibility, forcing Move controller setups to the Sense controllers, and playing like you would with the Move controller sucks compared to using something like the Oculus Touch or the new Sense controllers. So we'll see how many games are doing this. I'm excited either way, but you guys let me know if you're excited for these PSVR 2 upgrades or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. So subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with bring on the showcase. I still have hope that there is a showcase. There's too many things that point to a showcase. If you're hoping for that and excited for the possibility, destroy the comment section with bring on the showcase, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.